Welcome to another Wild Hair video. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 2 of our Wild Hair Meets. Today we are talking to Sam Penny, who owns Craft Monkey and Mount Dosa. It's a very interesting interview because he's not a beard brand. He's a clothing and a designer, graphic designer. So seeing him, hearing more about his product and the world of Mount Dosa is rather cool actually. So enjoy the video. Sam, good to see you again.
Hello, mate. Long time no see.
I know, we talk every other day really now, don't we? It seems to be.
No, it's one of those ones where we talk every other day, but I don't usually get to see your face. It's usually just over the phone, so it's quite nice. Little change up.
Well, it's a lot hairier than you probably remember, but
yeah, definitely. It's coming through.
Yeah, it's looking all right. You can actually see my chin though. That's just shows how thin my hair is. You can see.
Oh, right. Yeah. You've got
weird.
like some it's like slightly gingerier hair. I always
all
find
right, mate. All right, don't mug my beard off, mate. This is my show.
Your beard sucks.
Yeah, this is my show.
I've got these little grey patches all in here, so I'm like, I can't talk.
Well, you want to get some wild hair, mate? That's what
I think I do. I think I need a couple of those cheeky wild hairs.
But yeah, thanks for mugging my beard off straight away.
yeah.
This is respected.
I've got my hair sideways, but like, if I have it straight down, I look like Friar Tuck. The dude who cut my hair did such a bad job. Look at it.
Yeah. Is he drunk? Oh my
God.
God.
He just took a bowl and just cut my head, so I can't talk. It's fine.
That's pretty. That is a shocking haircut.
Yeah.
Hopefully he goes bankrupt now due to COVID, if he's going to cut hair like that. So Sam, you know, people don't really know. They know you as Craft Monkey on Instagram. Obviously, do you want to just quick chat about what Mount Dorsa is?
Oh yeah, sure. Mount Dorsa is like my side hustle. It's a sustainable clothing company based around a fictional world called Mount Dorsa. It's got like 3 different clans that are part of the world. Each of the clans has a god that it's related to, and all the clothes that we produce relate to aspects of the world.
Nice.
It's like overarching thing. Yeah.
People will love sort of mythological gods in this beard community, mate. They absolutely wrap it up. Odin sort of stuff. That's quite cool. You've made your own little thing.
It's quite cool. I got like the original ideas I got for the gods were based off Greek gods. I like the idea that I think it's called Parthenon gods, which are like there's not one god. There's like a god of like love and a god of like war.
Okay.
And so I kind of based the ideas off of that. So like the guys who got behind me here, this guy, he's the herbalist. So he's like the god of fertility and health. And then we've got then we got this guy up here, who's the god of gods. So he's like the overarching god of the world.
Like our Lord. Like our Lord is.
Like our Lord, yes.
Like our Lord. Yeah.
All those religious dudes out there.
I didn't know that you had your own sort of make-believe theme to your company, if I'm honest with you. I didn't know that.
One of those things like I kind of been pushing different things to do with the brand. So like when we first started, I pushed the parts about the world more, and then when it got to like around Christmas, I was talking to my business partner, and because I've always wanted to make a company that was sustainable. So like all our stuff is like organic cotton. Like we plant 5 trees per order, and I handprint everything with water-based inks, which are like don't have plastic in them, so like they're better for the environment. So like I did that. The plan was to do that anyway, and then have it based around the world. And so we started doing the world, and then my mate who's my business partner was just like, "Oh, sustainability is such a bigger thing. We should just promote that and kind of leave the world to the side a bit more." But it's one of those ones where my heart and soul is in the world. So like in the end, it's a bit of both is the goal.
Well, there's a lot of scope as well with it, isn't there? You know, you think
definitely
you could have some sort of comic stroke little short stories at some point. Yeah, you know, of these gods, and you know.
Yeah, see, there's stories of the gods online, but it's just like trying to reach out to the right people that are interested in that stuff. It's quite hard, especially because I don't really have any links to a big community like the cosplay community. It's one of those things that I've always been really interested in because I find it really cool looking at people's cosplay. And we went to a few Comic-Con events when we first started.
Okay.
But it was one of those things that I've never really been any good at, and like not really spent that much time doing. So like I was trying to develop all these clans with different styles to them, but because I'm not that great at cosplay, I was trying to make them kind of easy to make. So at the moment we've done one clan completely, all of the design for them, but we've still got 2 others that we need to work on. And it's just like trying to get people around it who are interested in like helping out and doing.
Well, hopefully there's someone watching who might be,
yeah.
you know,
If anyone's out there wants to like do a bit of cosplaying for me, then I'm always keen for a shoot. But yeah.
Check out Mount Dorsa.
I keep forgetting it's the other way around, so I'm like,
yeah, I think there's some sort of mirror thing that I need to do, but
I
can't be bothered with that, mate. It'd just be nice that, you know, from one video you might get a few sales, even if it's a few followers. You know, it just helps, doesn't it? And it also is seeing you. You know, seeing your pictures.
The brand as well is a big one, because like you can always like. I find sometimes with the stuff that I make, and I'm sure you might get this too. Sometimes people just like, I get some people just think that the brand is a lot bigger, and it's like than it necessarily is. So because I did like the design in myself, and like I like to say I'm not a bad designer. It looks a lot more professional than I was expected to come out. Than I am.
Well,
yeah.
I remember working with you many moons ago, and you are very unprofessional. So I hope that you're
I can do it. I can do it when I have to, but it's not my natural way. Yeah. Me and
Ollie. I won't say any of the stories. I won't say.
I still remember the first day of work. When I so I don't know how many people know the backstory of Ollie. I felt like. Do people know that you're chef? That you're a chef?
I don't. Yeah, that's sort of. I'm trying to put that.
Play it down. This guy is a boss chef. So like, as well as a boss beard maker, beard balm man. That's why all his beard balm smells so good.
Well, yeah, I hope some people say, like, I was talking to my CPSR lady who does the reports, and she said, you know, the link between sort of creating cosmetic products, there is actually quite a good link with creating, you know, with food, you know. And I think some of the scent pros, like with Harold, you know, it was apple and aftershave, and it was missing something, and we just added a little bit of lime, and it just made the difference. So basically Sam worked. I think we worked together. I think it was once a week.
I think we worked a few times a week. I was your KP. I was the man behind the dishes.
We all need falling asleep in the sink, if I remember.
Falling asleep in the sink. This is making me look really bad.
Well, no, you say it's making you look bad, but actually, so Sam suffers from narcolepsy. So, you know, in the modern day world of normal sort of the way life is, you would say it's making you look bad, but actually, for me, I think it just makes you look like a normal person. And there might be someone out there who's just fallen asleep watching this, and they suffer from narcolepsy as well. So it's all about awareness, isn't it? It's all about awareness. You know,
for sure.
You know, I'm just glad that, you know, when I said to myself I wanted to do a beard brand, mate, you were the first person I wanted. I remember it well. It was only last year, but I wanted you to start the designs of, which, you know, I think people love, really.
I think they've come out pretty good, for sure.
We've done well, really. Obviously, you know, the money you've earned off me has got you this lovely fancy haircut, but
you know,
I've thrown money away
a little bit more.
I've got a few questions here. I put out a tweet yesterday, and I've got a few people who ask questions. So what I've been doing is I've been getting the guest, as in you, to read out the message. Okay. So the first one here. So this is about designing. If you want to read out this question, just scrolling across the bottom.
The one that's scrolling along the bottom.
Read it out.
I'm looking at it. I'm so blind. What's going on?
Quickly, it's going to go again.
What advice do you have for someone starting out in design?
And who's it from?
Such a difficult question to answer. The thing is, there's like two styles of design that I'd say. Like you can either do freelancing and be a jack of all trades, master of none, or you can specialize in one thing and push forward with that. So quite early on, you want to work out whether you want to just do this one style, or you want to branch out and do a bunch of different styles. And a big thing I find is trying to work that out, finding a style, testing things out is a big thing. And also learning about the business side of design, because a lot of people, when they start out, I know a lot of people who, especially from university, who they go into it being like, oh, they're really great, they're great at drawing, they're great artists, but they don't know how to sell themselves. So I feel like a big thing to do with art and design, if you want to make it a job, is being able to do the business side as well as doing the artwork. So like, it's developing your style whilst also developing your skills as a businessman is the thing I would say are the most important things.
I think the business side of things is the hardest, and actually you don't get taught much about it. It's like as in the chefing trade, people just think it's all about creating dishes, and actually long term, when you get to a head chef level or higher, or even sous, it's actually about the business. It's about managing stock, and it's very hard to learn that side of things. I'm going to stick the next question up.
Okay, I hope that was helpful to that person. I'm sorry if that was useless information.
I'll just edit it out, so it's just me talking anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
I am just going to run upstairs to make sure little one's all right. So if you want to leave, I'll only be a second. But if you want to read out the next question, and we will do this
one.
Thank
you, Eric, for that last question, by the way. Thank you. I hope I was helpful.
And this is the next one.
What is the long-term plan for your companies? Good question. Very good question. I'm liking these questions, Annie. Thank you very much. So ideally, we want the company to grow. The angles that we're taking at the moment, as I said, is focusing a little bit more around the sustainability factor of the brand. I'm not sure if I should be saying this whilst Ollie's not here, but I'm going to just keep going. He can cut it.
Running down the stairs.
Okay, yeah. So I started answering the question. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to.
I heard it all, mate.
Oh, you
heard it all.
Yeah. Yeah, at the moment we're focusing more on the sustainability part of the brand, but the goal over the next year is to try and finish off doing the cosplay for the last two clans, develop the story around some certain characters. Because what we found at the moment is I'll put out content, but it's quite hard to get people to catch on to it because it's just explaining about the different clans and the kind of mythology of the world. And people don't connect to that quite as much as they do connecting to an individual character. So like the goal would be to try and start making some short stories and bring out clothing based around the stories. As I said, all the clothes are based around aspects of the world. So when we do a story, we want to bring out a piece of clothing for each story that we do. Ideally, I'd like to bring out a few different products as well. It will just all depends on money. It depends on if we get some more people in. But beard oils, I don't know about that. I'll leave you to that. You're the master of that. But yeah, maybe a
jack of all trades. I think that's what you were trying to say to me
earlier. Yeah, I'd give it a crack. It'll probably smell awful, but like...
it's easy, mate. It's easy.
Yeah.
But
I think this question was for both of us, Ollie. What's your?
I just want to be male grooming brand, mate. Once this hair paste comes out, and then when you think male grooming, it's quite difficult, isn't it? Because you think you've got gel and maybe shampoo, and then you got moisturizer, and then you got the beard. But I don't think there's much more you can do with that. But
yeah,
you'll just have to see.
I guess you could start doing like deodorants or things like that, but I don't really know. You
can do natural, that natural deodorants, soaps, but it all comes down to money and time, and also if I had like a unit, it'd be eights, wouldn't it? You just get loads of stuff made, but when you're at home, making sure everything's sanitized properly, clean, and above board. Then
what's your process when you go about making your oils?
So that's a very personal question. So obviously, if you don't sanitize something and you put an oil in it, it's going to go off. Whether if it's over a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but it's going to go off. So you need to make sure it's sanitized. So what I do is I've got a large vessel that I fill up with Milton which is like sanitizer tablets you add water to. And I throw all my bottles into that and I leave it overnight. And then I air dry them, and then I actually send them through an oven, make sure everything's dead.
Nice.
And I put the oven on at like, I don't know, 180 for about 5 minutes, and then just like really get these bottles as hot as possible to kill anything remainder on there, and then fill it up. Yeah. This is the next one.
I'll let it come back round. This question from Ben. Who would you like to wear your product? Everyone and anyone.
Well, sustainability is so important, isn't it? You know, I imagine it's as many people as you want really to go down that route.
It's one of those ones where with the clothing company, like there's a big thing about upcycling or not buying too many clothes. And I agree, you shouldn't be buying tons and tons of stuff, but the stuff you should buy should be good. And like we always pride ourselves in the product that we make is really high quality. I spend more money on it to make sure that it's good quality. And so you shouldn't need to replace it very often. And then the ones that we misprint, I always upcycle them and sell them as like cheaper misprints. So it's like nothing's really getting wasted. And we also, like, if I misprint something, I might use it for a photo shoot, because a lot of the time, as I'm trying to shoot a lot of the stuff as if it's in the world itself. So and usually that requires you going into the woods, into like a muddy wood. And I remember like one time I was with my friend, and she was saying about how I was like joking about there being a pond. I was like, it'd be really cool if you came out the pond. And she was like, oh yeah, I did the shoot the other week, and I had to go in the water in Brighton Pier covered in makeup. And I was just like, that sounds mad. She's like, it was really cool, but it was really cold. And then we get to this pond, and she's like, oh yeah, I don't mind getting in the pond. And I'm like, if you want to get in the pond, you can get in the pond. So like we put on one of these tops that was a bit rugged, but from a distance and with a bit of editing, it looked okay. And so she's just like, and then she sat on this bit of tree that stuck out of the ground, and it actually looked really cool. But like we always try and use some of the shirt tops that I don't print perfectly for different things, and then like either sell them or I'll wear them myself as like ones to go skating in, just spread the brand around. But yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know who I'd like to wear my product. Like if there was like one person I could have wear my product, I don't know.
Probably just say me, mate.
Oh, just Ollie. I just want Ollie to wear it. If Ollie wears my product, I will just be 100% happy all the time.
Retire happy.
Yeah.
You know, so
not
bad, cool. I suppose.
Do you ever find it's really cool when you see someone wearing or promoting the thing that you're wearing, because you're just like, I spent so long making that thing. It's so cool just seeing someone
with the t-shirt. With the t-shirts, there's a guy who brought a t-shirt today, funny enough, and in Ireland, and he hasn't brought any oils, but he went straight away and brought a t-shirt.
Yeah,
which I thought was quite interesting. But I'm looking forward to the summer, mate, when I've sold a few more of these, and you go out somewhere, and you've got people in the pub garden, and all you can see is that.
Yeah.
It's like the bumper stickers we've done. I think we've sold about 10 of them at the moment. But
really? Nice. Straight off the bat.
But when they're out there, you imagine being in a traffic jam, and then they've got a Wild Hair sticker.
Yeah.
Be great. I love it. But yeah, no, it's very kind of people to advertise.
Yeah,
I put a shirt or a bumper sticker out, and I say buy this, and they go, yeah, cool, and they spend their money to wear my brand, and you think, hang on a minute, that is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. When someone likes it enough that they're willing to be like, oh, look at this thing that I've got. Like, I really like this thing. I really like it. It's so cool when that happens. You're like, thank you so much.
Well, that's why I do the hashtag tamed on Instagram, and I try and do that every sort of couple of days, if not twice a day, because people are posting stuff, and it's just nice to show your appreciation by reposting. It is nice when you get people. Definitely, the thing I love about people on Instagram, and that's why I'm on there the most, is the people who put my handle in their profile.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I've seen that a few times with some of the guys in the community. I was like, oh, that's cool. Look at that. It's spreading fast. Yeah.
One guy writes, "Wild hair owns my beard," and you just think,
oh yeah.
If everyone could have that, then
Yeah.
the world would be a
this is
happier
the
place.
thing with like the kind of community with Mount Dorsa anyway. Like when we first started and we were going to all these cosplay events, it's you notice when you're there is that there's always obviously like people like dress up for all these events, and there's always trends to what is the thing that people are watching at the time. And so like if you're not like, and it's a weird one because there's certain people who love to dress like be the only one dressing as that thing because they're like, oh, I'm the only one dressed as, for example, the botanist from the Satreya clan, which is one of the clans for the thing. They'll be the only one dressed up like that, and people love that. But also a lot of people will follow the trend, and then they want to be the best looking person at that as that thing. And so it's always interesting like when there's like a new thing that comes out, you see this big kind of wave. Like the ultimate thing for me would be going to an event. Like if I ever saw one person dressed as like one of the cosplay pieces that we've been doing, I will be so ecstatic. You know. So
one day, mate. One day.
One day. Yeah.
One day. Well, I'll do my best to support you as much as I can, really, mate. I don't know if I could dress up as one of them, but I'm definitely keen on reading more about your fantasy world.
Yeah, for sure.
If that's
lots of bits. I definitely like some feedback as well. All feedback's always welcome too. So like, yeah,
all good feedback is welcome at WildHair.
Yeah. Even bad feedback's fine, as long as it's like constructive. I always find like this is the thing.
I just block them.
Yeah, you're like, you are not my friend anymore.
Delete, block, report.
Just send a picture of you giving them the finger.
I report it and I say it's inappropriate and it's spam. Anyone?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And you send them death threats, like personal emails?
Not yet. Not yet. We're doing all right so far. We've only got a couple of haters, so we're doing all right. Okay, ready? Bob.
Oh, God. I swear you keep clicking on it as it's going off.
I think yours is different time.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'll try so. If you weren't a designer, what would you do? Dildo. Oh, I fell for that so bad. I just rolled into that one. I feel like you just to see if you could trick me into answering that.
You managed to ignore all the names.
No, well, the rest of them all have that as well, and I just didn't clock it.
You'll have to watch it, mate, over on WildHareUK on the YouTube. But
okay, all right. If I wasn't a designer, what would I do? So, this is an interesting one. Well, when I was young, I've always wanted to do art as a job, like since I was very young. My like grandpa was a fine artist, so kind of like I'd see him. He'd always come round, and we just ask him to draw random things, and he was so good. You could just ask him to draw something, he'd just draw straight away, and like that was really cool, and that inspired me to become an artist. But the other thing, like when I was young, the only two things I've ever been any good at are art and sport, and so I was a bit like, if I wasn't an artist, I'd probably be like a personal trainer maybe, or something to do with sport. I'm a bit like crippled now, so like maybe I wouldn't be the ideal person to be teaching anyone, but yeah, probably something to do with sport, or maybe
you like to go on runs.
Gardening is quite cool. I don't know.
Gardening.
Skating. I love skating. Video stuff. I like lots of things. I could delve into a few different things, I think.
Well, it's good to keep busy, isn't it? It's good to have interests and hobbies.
Thank you, Bill.
Hey? Yeah, that's from Deal D.
Dilly D.
Well, thank you very much, Sam.
What would you do?
If I wasn't doing what though? Because obviously I've been I'm trying to get out of it.
You're at the transfer stage now, yeah.
I'm trying to get out of it, but
you're a professional footballer.
If I could do life all over again, I would love to be in a metal band.
Oh yeah, that would be sick.
I would like to do that, but I can't play the guitar, I can't play the drums, and I can't play the bass guitar either. So I have to be the singer, mate.
Yeah, you're just gonna be the singer. You just the scream a lot, and just hope that like people like the sound of your screams.
Well, you need to deaf growl and things like that. You do need to train your voice, and I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do it. So, nice one, Sam. Let's wrap this up. I'm sure we'll end up speaking tomorrow. We won't film it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope,
Thank you very
hope
much.
those questions, if any of them were actually from legitimate people, they were
All
answered.
legitimate people.
Okay, all right.
I would not lie to you.
Oh yeah,
They're all
sure. Yeah,
legitimate people.
you'd never lie to me, Ollie. Yeah.
Seriously, these are all people off Twitter, mate. Twitter, check
Oh, mate,
Twitter.
Twitter's full
Yeah.
of naughty cats and kittens. I don't know.
They got silly names on Twitter.
Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Well, have a good
mate,
evening.
nice
Nice
chatting
weekend.
again. Sounds good.
Always a pleasure. I'll
mate.
speak to you later,
Sounds good. Sweet. See ya.
mate.
How do we?
That's it. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed watching this, please click the like and subscribe. Also, more importantly, head over to Sam's pages, give him a follow. If you're interested in anything you've heard, give him a message. That's it. Thank you so much, and hope to see you on episode 3. Bye.